work out this. So let's remind ourselves real quick. On the day before, we came up with an equation of 2n plus 1, which was the previous is equal to the last plus 2. So our person with push-ups, Frank, I still owe you some. I'm still good on that. Frank, right there. Put it right there, and it doesn't move till the end. So day 1 there was 3 push-ups. Day 2 there was 5. Day 3 there was 7. Day 4 there was 9. So we added 2 each time, and then we plotted some things up there on the board. We also maybe discovered at the day 0 there was 1 push-up that was done. So with this it says Allie is also including push-ups in her workout, and says she does more push-ups than Scott because she does 15 push-ups every day. Okay, so we have a new player, our friend Allie here. She does 15 push-ups per day. And she claims she is going to do more push-ups than our other person. Was it whose push-ups was it? Scott's workout? Yeah. So Scott had done so Allie's claim she does 15 push-ups a day. So is there anything up here that talks about Allie does more? Okay, question? 28. All right. So let's see. What does Allie do? So this is Allie. Day 1, 15. Day 2, 15. Day 3, 15. Day 4, 15. Agree? So notice Allie isn't increasing. So talk to me about this. So Scott, if I follow Scott's pattern, day 5 he did 11, day 6 he did 13, day 7 he did 15. Allie just does 15 per day. Okay, 15 per day. Yeah. So Allie is claiming she does more push-ups than Scott. Well, my friends, I feel she does more in here, more than 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 here. It's not until day 7 that Scott is doing the same amount of push-ups that Allie is doing. But what's Scott going to do on day 8? He does 7 on day 7. He does 15. How many is he going to do on day 8? How much? Well, these all went up by 2, right? So 17, 19, 21, 23. So take a look at Scott's continued. So Scott's continued. Coming day 18, he's now doing more. So unless this workout only ends at day 4 or day 5 or day 6 or even day 7, Allie's claim is correct. So I have a question. And we'll see if we can do this 2 different ways. Let's we have our stuff?
I do.
We have our stuff?
Do you have your stuff, Sean? Let me see it.
Actually, I'm gonna undo this one. All right. And let's make the new graph. All right. Shh. Some of you are talking a bit too much.
What page are you on?
Where you put that cup at?
I don't. I'm in the middle of teaching, so I was kind of wanting to do this. See me early, I'll get you. Yeah.
Ali only doing more push-ups until they.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like a limited claim, right? That's great. Great job picking up on that. Yeah, so let's look at this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to squeeze them in. It's not going to be the neatest art project. All right, so this is basically F at N or push-ups. And this is N or days. So we're going to deal with Scott. We'll do it in green. So day 1, he did 3. Day 2, 5. So 3, 4, 5. Day 3, 7. 5, 6, 7. Day 4. So this is Scott's routine. Okay, that's what Scott's workout is. But then, our other friend, Allie, we're going to do in pink. Oops, go back here. Stop. Pink. Allie just does 15 per day. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So the pink line is Allie's workout. The green line is Scott's workout. So as it was stated, up to a certain point, Allie was correct saying that because she had done more for like the first many days. But then Scott, where those kind of intersect each other, this is where Scott starts. This is where Scott starts doing more. And what we can do is we can go back here and we can look. Right here at day 8 is where Scott started doing more. So at day 8, Scott is now doing more. Per day. Okay? So kind of interesting scheme. Now, hey, friends, let me ask you this. Let's say you have a really big event that took place. I don't care what it is. So it's a big event. You have the past, the present, and then the future of that event. What do we as people do? We as people isolate a small portion of it to say, this is what the truth is. But in this case, that yellow up there, Scott is legitimately able to say, because of his growth pattern of these push-ups, that he is indeed doing more. But Allie could argue, well, no, I'm doing more. Well, Allie's doing more technically up until day 8, and then at day 8, Scott all of a sudden bypasses her, winds up doing 17, and then 19, and then 21, et cetera, keeps growing and growing forever. Okay. Now, in the reality, I bet you Scott's going to get to a point where he can't keep continuing 2 more push-ups. All right. Interesting. So, friends, Allie, has a math equation. Allie has a math equation that goes along with her push-ups. How many guaranteed push-ups does Allie say she does a day? 15. So at day 217, how many push-ups is Allie going to do? At day 307, how many push-ups is she going to do?
15.
At day 17, how many push-ups is she going to do? 15. So does the amount of push-ups that Allie does, is it going to change based on our story?
No, not the one.
No. So notice, what do you notice about Scott's green line versus Allie's pink line? So you're saying it doesn't matter with Allie, it doesn't matter what day you're talking about. There's 15 regardless. So look at this. So Allie had this as her equation, while Scott had this as his equation. Okay, so Allie has a different equation than Scott because she just does a constant rate. 15 a day, 15 a day, 15 a day. Scott does 3, does 5, does 7, does 9, does 11. So notice how the equations are a little bit different. What does this black equation here not have in it on the right side of the equal sign that the pink one has on the right side? What does the pink equation have that the black equation doesn't? What are we missing? What does this equation have right here that this doesn't? I do what? A variable. So this is missing. This is missing the variable. In this case, it's n. Okay? Because there's no significant growth difference between the two. All right. So for Allie's equation, we had that. So a couple takeaways that we had talked about. So remember, we talked about arithmetic and we had geometric. Agree? And geometric is multiply or divide, whereas arithmetic is add or subtract. Okay? So arithmetic might look like this, and geometric might look like this. What is different between our two equations? What's different between this top one and this bottom one? I'm sorry I'm interrupting your guys' conversation. One has an exponent. So the n on the top one in arithmetic, I'm going 2 times whatever that is. On the bottom one, I'm going 2 raised to that. So if it's 2 to the first, or 2 to the second, or 2 to the third, that's different than 2 times 1, or 2 times 2, 2 times 3. So these look very similar as equations, but one's arithmetic and one's geometric. Okay? So, some things that might take place. If I group here, and I had like this, okay? This is I'm adding 2. So this is going to be where this 2 comes from. Okay? So if I'm adding 2 each time. Or if I changed it up a little bit, if I went like 1, and then I went like this. 4. So I'm adding 3, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this would be add 3. So this would be like a 3n plus 1. This one here is this one here. But on the other one, I might have something like this. And then say double, and then I go. All right. So take a look at this. Times 2. Oops, I'm going to change this one a smidge. I got to add one extra dot. I'm sorry, I did it wrong. And then this goes to times 2. So this one might be previous as the explicit. Previous is equal to last plus 2, whereas the explicit on this one is previous equals last raised to the second. And friends, that's the difference between arithmetic and geometric. Okay? If I have this here and this here, that is the first day. This is the first day. And I guess this one should have had an original dot here, but we don't have it. So that's basically the first day. Okay? So those are just a couple of things to do. Question, Frankie? You would do like that? Can you go quick?
Yes.
Can you go to one right down the hall?
Yes.
All right. We'll hold true for you. Sound like a deal? All right. So, what I would like you, we have two things that we're going to do. I have to find it first. Okay. One thing I need you to make sure you have is I need that you to make sure you have that Red Creek Skills book by tomorrow. It's $3 if you don't have it yet. Okay, gotta get it. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. No, don't have it. Can you already get it? Can you get $3? See your counselor. We'll give you a coupon. Deal? You know who your counselor is? Perfect. Yeah, just go in. Hey, I need to get the math book. $3. They'll say, here's a coupon. Go over to Bare Necessities. You know what I'm talking about? Say, I need that Creek Skills book. It's the red cover one. Says Creek Skills. If you have one. Say, here's my coupon. Get the book. You go. Deal? You there? You all have Creek Skills now? Cool. Miniana.
Ah, para mañana.
That's tomorrow, right? That's it, right? That's it? Cool. Frank, I know you got it. You guys all have it? You all have the Creek Skills book? We're good?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So
Something,
what I'd like you to work on after the quiz is just this page 31. Does that make sense? So that's considered classwork once you're done. If you don't get it done in class, then you can do the assignment. Okay? So, friends, notice I'm leaving this up. You can use your notes on this. You cannot use your neighbor. Friends, let me give a forewarning. If you decide to look off your neighbor's paper and your neighbor doesn't know, what I do is I split the higher score in half, so you each get half. It's like, well, wait, I didn't know they were looking off my paper. Keep it covered. Okay? Do what you can. This is worth 13 points.
Oh.
You're going to do great. before you do too much more on this, make sure you put your first and your last name.
So this a test or something?
It's a little quiz, one side. What do you do after this?
Assignment?
Yeah, do what's in that Creek Skills book.